Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of In the Spotlight by Parking Network. Today we're diving into the world of cross-border enforcement and debt collection, an area that's often overlooked but plays a huge role in parking and mobility. Joining me is Thomas Kunisch, CEO of Demondo, a company that specializes in helping parking operators and authorities recover unpaid fines across borders. Thomas, great to have you here. Let us start with a bit about yourself. How did you get into this field and what's the story behind Demondo?
Yes, thank you very much, Manuel. Of course, with pleasure. So I'm Thomas Kunisch. I'm the CEO of Demondo. So Demondo has been founded in 2018 as a solution company. We try to find solutions along with our clients in the field of the parking industry and the cross-border enforcement. And our roots are indeed in the debt collection sector. So we started as a pure normal debt collection company in 2011 as Taxaris, and very soon we started to do international debt collection because the competition in the international field is much lower, and we found out that our USPs are defined in this sector. So we built up a really huge network with international partners, and we were able to do cross-border enforcement. 2018, we were happy to win the first project in the surrounding of traffic fines, which means that we collected traffic fines for municipalities from Italy, from Croatia, from Germany, etc. And we collected those fines worldwide, and worldwide means really worldwide. So we built up a network not only in Europe but also in the US, in Australia, throughout Asia and Africa, and in every single country. And by doing so, you can imagine that the step from traffic fines to the parking sector is not really very far to do. So we cooperated with the first parking operators, and we found out that the structures, the software platforms we did use, the workflows we used, are easy to transfer to the parking sector as well. But indeed, there came along an additional challenge, and this additional challenge was about holder determination. So if you speak about parking fines coming from the private sector, of course, the most important step in the beginning is to identify the car holder. And so we expanded our network to offer this service as well, and we put a lot of efforts in this. And meanwhile, I'm really happy to tell that we not only have a really broad network for the cross-border enforcement, but also for the international car holder determination, which means, meanwhile, we are able to detect holders in nearly every European country, and to set up the processes which follow out of this.
For a parking operator or city struggling with unpaid international fines, how does working with Demondo actually look like? What's the process from their side?
So, first step is, of course, that our client hands over the license plates. He sends them over in a defined way. We can use an API connection, of course, or just with a secure Excel. However, our client wants to translate them. We divide them country by country. We start the research processes in each country, which is different from country to country, of course. And once we found out the holder data, we start the process itself. Which means we send out letter number 1, we do it outside of Germany. We do it in the country's language, which means to Croatia, we send Croatian letters. To Spain, we send Spanish letters. And to Poland, we send Polish letters, of course. We also handle the objections the debtors come up with, also in their language, of course. We offer them payment methods which are used in their countries, so they can pay by credit card or also by PayPal or bank transfer, or however they would like to pay. We offer them a debtors portal where they do find all documentation, so the photo proofs, the reminder letters which has sent out, etc., etc. So all necessary information is given there. So even this is a factor to increase the payment rate, of course. So if they don't pay after letter number 1, we send out a reminder letter. And if those debts still remain unpaid, we hand over to debt collection process. Debt collection, this is very important, is done outside of the country itself. And now we need our international network. So that means debt collection in Poland is done by our Polish partners, and debt collection in France is done by our French partners, of course. It does not make sense to send out debt collection letters from Germany because debtors just ignore them.
Your reach is impressive. You cover more countries than anyone else in this space. Would this be your USP? What would you say is your biggest advantage over competitors?
I think it's definitely a USP. So many countries we cover, nobody else is able to cover because of our good connections, meanwhile. So, and what we do offer is a so-called one-stop shopping for our clients, which means we offer our clients to hand over the international license plates, and all the processes which have to follow are done by ourselves. So our client has got nothing to do with it, except if he wishes to do so, of course. Of course, we can also do the national ones, but to be honest, the international part of the business of our clients is that interesting because most of our clients are very, very able to handle their national claims, but they have no ideas how to handle the international ones, at least for a couple of countries. And this is quite easy for us to convince them to test a cooperation with us, because if we do tell them, yes, you don't have to you don't have to leave us the revenues coming from, I don't know, Czech Republic or Italy or which country ever, because if they hand over the license plates to us, we are able to handle those claims and we can make money out of those claims.
Now, would you say this is a growing challenge in the industry? Do you think parking operators and other entities sometimes underestimate the impact of ignoring international infringements?
Well, it's definitely an added value for them. Yeah, you must imagine. So, if you use, for example, APR technology, yeah, so then it comes to a loss of revenue for sure. It's not, so I'm happy to tell you that it's not really that much. But imagine you only lose 5% of your revenues. 5% is a lot of money at the end of the year, and as I already mentioned, our clients are able to enforce the national claims, but they have got they don't have the possibility to enforce the international ones. And with a little bit of effort, so the only thing our client has to do is to hand over those claims to us, just the license plates, and all the following processes are handled by us. Yes.
You mentioned earlier that Demondo has strong presence in Europe, but I know there are plans to expand. So what's next?
Yeah, so right now we are able to work in most of the European countries, and we are currently we are not active in other countries like for example the US or Australia. Although those are also interesting markets, but to be honest, for now we have got enough to do in Europe. So there's a lot of space for business there in Europe. But indeed, we have in mind to expand also to the US. So we do have also contracts over there, yeah, coming from our enforcement business, of course. So we have got a lot of contracts in other countries. So for the parking industry, especially Australia and US, will be the next really interesting markets for us. Also, some of our clients have plans to expand to the US, and we intend to help them entering those markets as well.
It's really interesting, Thomas. Sounds like there's a huge opportunity for operators to recover lost revenue with minimal effort on their part. Really appreciate you taking the time to share these insights.
Thank you very much, Manuel. Thank you also for the possibility to speak to you.
And to everyone watching, thanks for tuning into this interview. Stay with us for more conversations with industry leaders who are shaping the future of parking. See you next time.